When you first turn it on, it's going to go through a series of these things, and it should revert right back to the way you left the mixer. So right now it's just about completed. It will say connecting, that's normal, which it will also say that on your iPad or tablet or whatever that you're using to remotely run it. It does have an internal Wi-Fi, but it also has the ability to add a stronger, better router. This says internal Wi-Fi, does not require an amp. So you just simply go to the page here, and I'm looking through my phone, and then you click on network. I should probably look over the phone. Network. And then right here, IP. So you would go into your browser and you would enter in the IP address in your browser. So that right there, you would enter into your browser, and it just clicks in, and then it will pull up and it will say connecting. And when it connects, you will see exactly what you see here. But whatever you do on the remote will also translate into here. Now this screen won't change, but if you're moving a fader up and down on the remote, then the fader will move up and down here. Okay, basically when you fire this up and you're seeing this screen, you're looking at the desktop just like you would an analog mixer. Everything to do with the mixer is right here in front of you. You have your faders. The only difference is, rather than having a series of knobs for equalization, you simply tap here, and now here is your EQ: high, mid, low, low shelf, and that is where you would manipulate that. If you click on low mid and you want to make that narrower, then you simply do that here. Wider, narrower, up and down. You can raise or lower it, move it anywhere you want. Same applies for the high, high mid. The only thing that it does not apply is to the high and low. So you cannot narrow, or at least I haven't noticed. There may be a way to do it, but I have not played around with enough to find out, just being transparent. So that's how you control equalization. If you're doing gate or a compression on drums, then you would do that here. If you're compressing vocals or a snare, if you're gating a snare, then those are your settings here. They are set from the factory to the most basic or to the most common use. I find that a lot of the factory presets are pretty good. So going back to factory presets, if we press this again, so we press the select button, it goes back to where we last were. In this case was the home screen. So you press that now, and now we're looking at everything to do with that channel, or this channel, or this channel, etc. When you set up your mix buses, we'll go back to channel 1, which is a vocal. Whatever, let's say you have your two front main wedges hooked to bus number 1. Then you would simply slide this up, and now channel 1 is coming out of bus 1, our monitor. And then whatever else you want to add channel 1 to, bus 2 maybe for the drummer, bus 3 maybe for the keyboard player, on down the line. These last two are your effects. Currently from the factory, left is reverb, this is delay. They are a tap delay. You can change that by going into the effects tab, and right here is your tap and sync. If you want to switch it to a different, what do you do? Oh, you go right here, you press effect, and now you have this library of effects that you can choose from and apply there. Tap sync, you just tap however many times you want the delay. If that's what you have right at the moment, there's a doubler, and that's where you would set that up. Okay, same goes for over here for basic reverb, which right at the moment it says FX1 is acoustic guitar. Let's change that to a reverb of some sort. So we got reverbs here, a whole bunch of different ones. I'm going to go vocal plate. I like that. So now effects 1 is vocal plate, effects 2 is a doubler V. And again, the only way you're going to know what you like is to play around with it. But going back now to the channel strip. So if you're on channel 1, the vocalist, and you want to add reverb, then that's where you do it. If you pull up this, go back to channel 1, you see that that's where I left off, but channel 2 there's nothing because we haven't changed anything. You want to add reverb, if these are down, then you will not hear anything. So you go over here, and this is how that's manipulated. Now, so we're going to go out of the channels now, and we're going to go into the bus menu. So the bus menu is here. So when I press that, now I'm looking at the masters for all of my buses. These are my masters. See where they're at? They're at Unity. So for instance, bus number 1, which is, let's say, the wedges for the vocalists up front. If that's down, it does not matter what you've done to the channel, the master is down. Just like your front of house. You can manipulate the volume levels on microphones all day long. If the master's down, you're not going to hear it. So, same applies there. Okay? These other knobs are for mutes that you can assign. I have not learned that feature yet. There are some videos on YouTube. It's very, very simple. I just don't remember the process, but I remember watching it and going, gosh, that's really simple. I just have not delved into that enough to do it. And basically what it means is when you press a mute and you've assigned channels to it, one button mutes them all, unmutes them, whatever that you've told the mixer, hey, when I press that, I want this to happen. So that's where you would do it. Okay? So many cool features about this mixer, but I wanted to go over the basic ones just so that you know. And let me get back. Let's go back over here to channel 1. Color, you click on color. You can change the color to whatever you want. If you want to rename it, you just click vocal. I'm not going to do that. Well, yeah, well, I can rename it whatever I want. Click cancel because I'm fine with it being vocal. The same can be done with the buses. So you go over here to bus, you click select, then you click over here where it says bus, or up here rather, and you can name that vocals, drummer, keyboard, whatever you want, and change the color to a color coordination or something that you want. So very, very cool. You can see exactly where things are assigned, and it's just fantastic. Okay, any questions, let me know. Also, I can provide you with links to or you can go to YouTube, type in the Peavey Aureus 28. There's lots and lots of videos, so enjoy.